I'm 42.
Ai, come on already. Hurry up.
On my way. Yuma is just the cutest thing ever. This little guy here is Yuma. He's Daisuke's 5-year-old son.
If Yuma's this attached to I think marriage is gonna work out just fine.
Yeah. I can't have kids, so when Daisuke introduced me to Yuma, I poured all my love into him like he was my own. And Yuma? He totally warmed up to me too. It's been a few months since we tied the knot.
What is this?
What's wrong?
This is just veggies everywhere and it tastes awful.
There you go again.
The food my real mom used to make was so good. You're terrible at cooking.
Since Daisuke and I got married, Yuma's been acting all bratty and doesn't listen to a word I say.
I want to eat mom's hamburger steak again.
Well, even if you say that.
Kids this age tend to get like this. And with everything changing so fast since we started living together, even though Yuma seems attached to me, I'm sure he's confused deep down. Since I work as a preschool teacher, I thought I had a decent understanding of Yuma.
Why is I so bad at cooking?
However,
Now that you mention it. Yeah, kinda true.
what?
My ex-wife was such a great cook that I's bad cooking really stands out.
What the hell? Yuma is one thing, but Daisuke comparing me to his ex-wife too? What is he even thinking? If you feel that way, maybe you shouldn't have divorced your ex-wife.
Whoa, why are you getting so serious? I just said I's cooking isn't great. That's all.
Calling it bad and terrible. I come home from work and cook for you, and you complain. Fine. If you don't like it, don't eat it anymore.
Oh, sorry. I guess I drank too much and said something dumb.
Oh, really? Then since drinking makes you say dumb stuff, maybe you should stop drinking altogether.
Well, I was just joking. You don't need to take away my alcohol over that.
Drunk or joking, the person on the receiving end still gets hurt. Think about that carefully and reflect on it, will you?
I'm sorry.
You drink way too much every single day, Daisuke. At least cut back when Yuma's around.
Ugh, just drop it already.
No way. And by the way, I haven't forgiven you for putting me down and comparing me to your ex-wife earlier.
What? You're so stubborn.
Of course I am. After what you said, it's only natural. If you're going to compare me to your ex, you shouldn't have remarried me in the first place.
I told you before, didn't I? I divorced her because I couldn't take her aggressive attitude anymore. I met you, sweet and kind and I truly fell in love. That's why I remarried.
I get that, but still. If that's the case, why even bring up your ex to compare me?
It's been years since the divorce. I think time's just smoothed things over for me and Yuma. Plus, no one wants to dwell on bad memories, right? Maybe only the good stuff stuck, and it got a little idealized.
Daisuke's ex-wife was apparently awful to both him and Yuma, treating them with arrogance and hurling harsh words at them daily. Even with all that, can things really get idealized just because of time? I get not wanting to think about bad memories, but still. In any case, don't ever compare me to your ex-wife again.
I'm really sorry.
I had a lot on my mind, but I decided to end the conversation there. For Yuma's sake, it wasn't worth dragging things out any further. Or so I thought. Yuma?
Hey, apologize to Dad.
Huh?
What are you talking about, Yuma?
Why are you being so mean to Dad? I won't forgive anyone who's mean to him.
Yuma?
It seems Yuma thought I was being nasty to his beloved dad. Probably because I took away Dad's favorite alcohol. I wasn't being mean to Dad. He was mean to me first, so we were talking it out and asking him to apologize.
Well, that's right, Yuma. This time, Dad got carried away, so it's my fault.
My amazing dad is the strongest person in the world. Everything he does is awesome and right. Dad doesn't ever need to apologize.
I'm not sure about that.
That's it. I've decided. From now on, No, you're my enemy. I hate you.
What? Enemy? Hate me? Only a few months into our marriage, and I've already been hated by my stepchild. I really messed up. I shouldn't have scolded Daisuke in front of Yuma. Of course, he doesn't want to see his beloved dad getting scolded. I need to fix this and rebuild our trust.
Yuma! Well said. Now that's my proud son.
What? What's he suddenly talking about?
Dad, let's team up and take her down.
That's right. After all, she's our enemy, isn't she?
Daisuke, don't you remember what I just said to you?
Oh, come on. A parent can't just ignore their kid's expectations, right? So I'm siding with Yuma and treating I as the enemy.
What? Huh? Hey, are you drinking again?
Of course. What's left of me without my booze, huh?
His already wobbly words have gotten even worse. He's definitely drunker now and even bolder. It's infuriating how he keeps flipping his stance.
Dad, isn't it weird that the enemy's living in our house? Being friendly with a villain is just wrong.
You're absolutely right. Yuma's spot on. It doesn't make sense to let a villain sleep and eat here so casually.
Oh, what's that supposed to mean? It's like you're saying I'm a nuisance.
Of course you are. You're the enemy, so get out, fake mom.
That's right. The current mom is just an enemy and a villain. We'd be better off without her.
What is wrong with these two? I used to think Yuma was just going through a phase, being bratty and acting out like boys his age tend to do. But this is way beyond that.
Dad, look. She's super mad. Her face is as red as a tomato. She looks like a funny octopus.
Totally. Being treated like the bad guy must really be getting to her.
I thought I could just grin and bear it, but no. Especially with Yuma being so young, if I don't address this now, it's going to affect him for the rest of his life. Hey!
Dad, don't you think marrying this woman was a mistake?
You're right. This remarriage was a total screw-up.
You think marrying me was a mistake?
Yeah. Back when we were dating, I was sure I would be great at this. Where did it all go wrong?
Maybe it was doomed from the start.
He's 5 years old and he's saying this? Hey, Yuma. Saying it was a mistake from the beginning isn't right. Remember how we used to get along so well at first?
That's only because Dad said you were my new mom, so I thought I'd be nice to you. But once you moved in, you were always yelling. Your cooking's gross, and there's nothing good about you.
I only get mad for your sake and your dad's. And as for the food being gross, maybe it's just because it's full of vegetables you don't like.
Shut up! Anyway, you're just a mean bad cook.
Okay, Yuma. Calm down. Hey, stop snapping at Yuma, will you?
I'm not snapping, and I'm only trying to...
If Yuma's this annoyed, then you're not helping him. I thought marrying a preschool teacher would mean proper care and education for Yuma, but instead, you just turned into a nag. Guess that backfired, huh?
What?
My ex-wife was a nagging old hag too, but I never thought I would turn into one. Why is it that every woman is sweet before marriage and then turns into a tyrant afterward? Seriously, it's exhausting.
That's only because you and Yuma say the most nonsensical things.
You're the one being nonsensical. I thought you'd stay the same forever, just like before we got married. But you turned into something else entirely. If I'd known, I wouldn't have remarried.
What?
That's right, Dad. You shouldn't have gotten married in the first place.
Comparing me to his ex, saying marrying me was a mistake, or calling it wrong from the start, but saying he shouldn't have remarried at all is too much. Why? Why did you even marry me in the first place?
Well, Yuma's still young, so he needed a mom, right? Plus, I didn't want to do housework after work, so I needed someone to handle chores and, well, my nighttime needs. Whoa, can't say more in front of Yuma.
Dad? Nighttime needs? Why can't you say it in front of me?
You'll understand when you're older.
What? Tell me now.
Well, I guess I just wanted someone who'd take care of me.
Oh, then this woman isn't cutting it at all.
So I'm just a babysitter, housekeeper, and Daisuke's. That's all I ever was to him? This is horrible. Did he never love me? Was it all a lie when he said he cared about me? You've gotta be kidding me. That's fraud.
You're the one who got suckered. Seriously, the moment a divorced guy with a kid came after you, you should have known something was up.
I thought it meant you truly loved me.
And that's where you're living in a fantasy world. And if this is fraud, then I'm the victim here too.
What?
Didn't I just say it? You're completely different from before we got married. This isn't the wife I signed up for, so yeah, fraud. Cooling off period, please.
Was I not even the only option for your remarriage?
You were just the best fit for the checklist.
Checklist?
Never married before, fewer than 5 past relationships, loves kids, preschool teacher, steady job, pretty, takes care of looks, from Tokyo, parents are deceased, no siblings.
Wait a second. What's with that list? I've never heard about this before.
When we met at that singles mixer, I asked you a lot of questions, right? That was me checking if you met my wife criteria.
He holds himself to no standard but expects perfection from others when picking a second wife. Honestly, I'm the one who made the mistake in this marriage.
But no matter how perfect the checklist looks, you don't know what it's really like until you're married. Thanks for the life lesson, leftover woman.
What? I can't take this anymore. If it's come to this, I'll have to rely on that person. These two won't get away with this. A few days later.
Hey, fake mom.
Ever since I talked to that person, my head's been so clear. Nothing they say even phases me anymore.
So when are you leaving, Dad? You're the enemy, so hurry up and get out already.
Oh, yeah, sure. For the past few days, Yuma's been pestering me nonstop about getting a divorce. But honestly, it's like, so what?
Hey, Yuma, let's not push it any further.
Huh? Dad?
What? Is he finally realizing that pushing for divorce is going too far?
Ai's 42 and this is her first marriage. And to a guy with a kid, no less. Don't go telling a woman like that to get divorced so easily.
I don't really get what you mean, Dad.
Oh, of course. That's what he meant. Oh, right. I'm just a sad leftover woman. Got it.
Exactly. A woman like that finally found a husband, so of course, she's not getting divorced.
You've been throwing insults and talking about cooling off periods, but you don't actually want a divorce?
Well, we've only been remarried a few months. Can't ruin my reputation, right? Plus, I need someone to handle the housework and take care of Yuma until I find my next partner.
Nothing he says makes any sense. It's all over the place. What a mess of a man. But today, this nonsense ends. Evening.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, so what do you feel like eating?
Huh? Are you cooking tonight, Dad?
Nah, I'm too wasted to cook. And the naggy old hag's food is gross. So I figured we'd just order delivery.
Yay! Awesome!
Oh, by the way, we're not ordering anything for you. Figure out dinner yourself.
Fine by me. I'm heading out anyway.
Oh, is this you giving up on housework? Or are you running away? You're the ultimate failure of a wife.
Seriously, who's the one who kept calling my cooking bad? Now they're complaining because I'm not cooking? They're so ridiculous.
Guess it's just me and Dad for dinner tonight.
That's right.
Yay! No one's yelling at me today.
For sure.
Hours later.
Dad, the front door just opened. She must be back.
Looks like it. So, she came back after all, huh? It's not like she had to.
Totally. Huh?
Wait, what the hell? Why are you here?
This has to be a joke.
It's been a while, you two. How have you been?
What's going on? What's happening here? Why are you with I?
Mom.
Yes, standing there was none other than Daisuke's ex-wife and Yuma's biological mother, Yuko. Why am I here, you ask? Obviously, because I've been in touch with Ai.
Hi?
Yes.
What do you mean?
She's remarried now and has a child of her own.
Remarried? Yuko did?
What's that supposed to mean? You're still as terrible a man as ever, aren't you? And her child happens to be at the preschool where I work.
What?
When I saw Yuma and I walking into the house together, I couldn't believe it at first. But after asking her directly, I found out it's worse than I imagined. Apparently, Yuko has spotted Yuma and me walking together back when he was still somewhat attached to me. Out of curiosity, she asked about our relationship, and by then, Yuma had already started acting like a brat. When I explained my connection with Yuma to Yuko, she immediately said, if he ever behaves rudely, please let me know. That was such a relief to hear. I've been so busy that I couldn't talk to Ai sooner, but now I wish I'd asked her earlier.
Yuko, this is a misunderstanding.
You haven't changed at all. Don't you remember why we got divorced?
That's...
The real reasons for their divorce were Daisuke's drinking problem and his selfish inconsistent personality.
Back then, Yuma was so attached to his dad that I couldn't separate them. And since we both shared the parenting burden equally, but my income was lower, I left Yuma with you. But I regret that decision every single day.
But Yuma said you were always angry and scary, and the lawyer said custody should go to me.
I was always angry because the two of you were such a mess. And you, Daisuke, constantly flip-flopping, acting selfish, and never even disciplining Yuma. If that made me angry and scary and made Yuma think you were the better choice, what was I supposed to do?
Help me.
Yuko, I'll leave the rest to you.
Understood.
Wait, what?
Hey, what do you mean? I'll leave the rest to you.
What did you ask her to do?
Before coming here, I called your mother.
What?
Grandma?
She should be arriving here any minute.
Why would you call my mom? You know we can't handle her.
Yeah, Mom.
I knew calling your mother was the right choice.
Huh?
No matter how much I scolded you two, I knew you wouldn't take it seriously. So I summoned the one person you fear most, your mom.
I've already learned my lesson. Please call her and tell her not to come.
You haven't even apologized to I, and you call that learning your lesson?
Fine. I was wrong. I won't say anything mean again.
Me too. I won't call you fake mom anymore.
Oh, and who was it that told me to leave?
That was a lie. I don't really want you to go.
Yeah, we need you, Please, forgive us.
Seriously? After everything you've said? Daisuke, you're as flip-floppy as ever.
Please go ahead. His mother and I will make sure these two get what's coming to them.
Thank you, Yuko.
Bye!
Goodbye, strangers. As I was leaving, Daisuke's mother arrived at the house. I heard she joined Yuko in giving them a thorough scolding.
Please, forgive me.
I'm so sorry.
Since Daisuke and Yuma are the type who just want to do whatever they want, the two mothers' lectures really hit them hard. Eventually, under the responsibility of Daisuke's mom, both Daisuke and Yuma moved back to her house.
I just want a drink. I just want to laze around.
This is the worst.
Apparently, their lives became a lot more miserable. And as for me, I've been throwing myself into work every day since the divorce. The marriage was a mistake, but meeting Yuma helped me understand sides of children I'd never known before. Now I know I need to help kids avoid growing up like Daisuke. I've turned the days I spent with them into a source of motivation for my work. By the way, I've heard that Yuko still keeps in touch with Daisuke's mom, and I get updates about Daisuke and Yuma from her during pickups. Serves them right.
Seriously.
All I can do now is hope Yuma grows up to be a decent person.